Hi, boys and girls, and welcome back to Mr. Grable in our grade 3 math class where we read from collections, super senses, our sight, sense of sight, sense of hearing, sense of touch, sense of smell, and of course, sense of taste with our tongues. Today we have a story called Dava's Talent, and I know each one of you has a special talent out there. Let's see what Dava's is. Dava's Talent by Lee Ebler, illustrated by Joe Wiseman. There he is. I think that's Dava right there. Pretty sure that's Dava. Ooh, maybe he can make sheep do things that are interesting and fun, and maybe he shears them. Maybe he makes wool coats, sweaters. Let's find out. Dava loved sheep. Oh, he loved their cries and their thick coats. He loved to play with the lambs, and he especially loved to fill the wool sack when Papa sheared. Ooh. Dava's papa was a shepherd, and his family lived near a river and mountains in a small village in Morocco. Ooh, Morocco. Dava thought sheep were wonderful, but he could not herd them very well. When he wanted them to go right, they went left. When he wanted them to go uphill, they went downhill. And when he wanted them to drink, they stood in the brook and splashed while Dava got wet and sneezy. I don't know if this is Dava's talent. Doesn't seem like it. All your forefathers have been shepherds, said Uncle Eben. Why won't the sheep obey you? I don't know, said Dava sadly. Maybe if you wear Papa's clothes, suggested his sister Leah. The sheep will think you're Papa and mind you. So Dava put on Papa's jalaba. The sleeves covered his hands, and the hem dragged on the ground. When he walked toward the sheep, he tripped and fell. The sheep were not fooled. When Dava struggled out of the jalaba, they got into the garden and ate the melons. Perhaps you should walk slower when you lead the sheep, said Mama. Sheep do not like bouncy shepherds. So Dava walked slowly. But he was so slow that the sheep thought he was a tree. They chewed on his sash, leaving it sticky and shredded. Dava decided that walking slowly wasn't the answer. Yuck. Every shepherd has a talent to offer, said Papa. When you find yours, the sheep will obey. Uncle Eben plays the flute. My talent is singing. We both lead the herd with our music. Maybe I'm a singer like Papa, said Dava to Bright Eyes, the smallest sheep. He began to sing in a loud voice about streams and green grass. He thought he had found his talent until Leah chased him away from the house. Your music sounds like rocks falling, she said, slamming the door. I will loan you my flute, said Uncle Eben. It's clear that you are not a singer. So Dava played the flute. He practiced inside the sheepcote until Uncle Eben stuck wool in his ears, and the sheep began to bleat. They did not like his flute playing. "You screech like a hawk," said Uncle Eben, taking back the flute. "You're scaring the sheep." Oh, this is not looking good. "I will never be a good shepherd," said Dava to Bright Eyes. One day a terrible thing happened. Papa and Uncle Eben were repairing the stone wall. They were working fast because a storm was coming. Suddenly, one of the rocks fell on Papa's foot. Dava could see that it hurt. He started toward Papa, but Uncle Eben stopped him. "I'll take your Papa home, but you must lead the sheep back by yourself. Take them slowly, as you have learned." "But I can't," said Dava. "The sheep won't listen to me." "Please try," said Uncle Eben. Dava watched Papa and Uncle Eben leave. The sky was getting dark, and the wind was rising. The sheep began to bleat. Dava picked up the staff and swished it around. "Hoy!" he shouted. "Hoy, Trude and Bright Eyes! Hoy, Spots!" But the sheep did not listen. Thunder echoed over the mountains, and the frightened sheep moved toward the broken wall. If Dava didn't stop them, they would run right into the desert. This is not good. Almost without thinking, Dava began to whistle softly. The sheep didn't hear it, but the whistle calmed Dava. So he whistled louder. Beside him, Bright Eyes stopped trembling. Then Dava had an idea. He stood in the center of the herd and whistled. He whistled a hopeful tune, a cheerful tune, an everything's all right tune. And the sheep understood. They grew calm because Dava was calm. Still whistling, Dava led them toward the sheepcote. He knew the sheep trusted him now. He felt as if he were part of the flock. "I am a whistler," thought Dava, smiling. The sheep came safely home that day, and Papa was soon feeling well enough to hear Dava's story. Dava found his talent, and I'm sure you can find yours too. Just keep looking. Maybe it's collecting bouncy balls. Maybe it's juggling. Maybe it's something else. Have a great day. Bye-bye.